10 hottest places on Earth. What if I told you there's a place on Earth where the ground temperature reaches 201 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to fry an egg in seconds? And that's just number 10 on our list. Today, we're taking you on a journey to the most scorching locations our planet has to offer, where temperatures don't just break records, they shatter them. Before we uncover the truth behind Earth's hottest places, here's a quick request. If this story interests you, please hit that like button and subscribe. Seriously, it takes just 1 second, but it helps us tremendously. Did you subscribe? Great. Now let's dive into places where thermometers literally can't handle the heat. 10. Penrith, Australia. Starting our countdown at number 10 is Penrith, a city that shocked the world in January 2020. Located just 50 minutes from Sydney, this urban area recorded 49 degrees Celsius. That's 120 degrees Fahrenheit. For one moment, Penrith was literally the hottest place on the entire planet. The city sits at the foot of the Blue Mountains, and on that January day, hot desert winds combined with urban heat to create a perfect storm of extreme temperature. What makes this incredible is that this happened in a major city where millions of people live and work. Emergency services were overwhelmed as roads buckled and air conditioning systems failed across the region. Local residents described the heat as feeling like opening an oven door, but the oven was the entire city. Swimming pools became too hot to enter, and metal playground equipment became untouchable. Weather experts initially questioned the reading, but multiple stations confirmed the record. 9. Marble Bar, Western Australia. Moving to number 9, we reach Marble Bar, a town that claims to be Australia's hottest settlement. This remote outback location holds multiple heat records. The most jaw-dropping? From October 31st, 1923 to April 7th, 1924, Marble Bar experienced 160 consecutive days above 37.8 degrees Celsius. That's more than 5 months of relentless heat without a single break. Located in the Pilbara region, this town sits on some of Earth's oldest continental crust, formed over 3.6 billion years ago. The landscape here is so harsh that NASA uses it as a testing ground for Mars mission equipment. The red iron or mountains surrounding the town absorb and radiate heat like massive furnaces. During summer, the few hundred residents work only during pre-dawn hours and sleep in underground shelters during the day. Local folklore tells of newcomers fainting within minutes of stepping outside during peak summer heat. 8. Queensland Badlands, Australia. Number 8 takes us to a place so remote it doesn't even have a name, just coordinates in the Queensland Badlands. In 2003, NASA satellites recorded a land surface temperature of 69.3 degrees Celsius. That's 156.7 degrees Fahrenheit. This barren area of desert shrublands, located about 100 kilometers north of Winton, achieved this record during a severe drought from 2002 to 2003. The brown earth here absorbs massive amounts of solar radiation, turning the landscape into a natural oven. What makes this location fascinating is that it's not even a traditional desert. It's classified as shrubland. The combination of extreme drought, dark soil, and relentless sunshine created conditions hot enough to kill any vegetation. Wildlife in the region either fled or perished during this heat event. Even hardy Australian animals that evolved to survive extreme conditions couldn't cope with these temperatures. 7. Ouargla, Algeria. At number 7, we venture into the Sahara Desert to Ouargla, Algeria. This city made headlines in July 2018 when it recorded Africa's hottest reliably measured temperature, 51.3 degrees Celsius or 124.3 degrees Fahrenheit. Located 719 feet above sea level in the heart of the Algerian Sahara, Ouargla is home to 190,000 people who have learned to live with extreme heat. The city represents the authentic hot spots of the world's largest hot desert, where colonial-era temperature claims have been largely discredited by modern science. Traditional architecture features thick mud brick walls, tiny windows, and complex ventilation systems that channel even the slightest breeze through living spaces. The city sits atop vast underground water reserves, making it an oasis in one of Earth's most hostile environments. Date palm groves create microclimates that are slightly cooler, But venture beyond these green islands and you enter a hell's cape where sand is too hot to walk on barefoot. 6. Birdsville, Queensland, Australia. Number 6 brings us back to Australia, to the tiny outback town of Birdsville. This settlement on the eastern edge of the Simpson Desert recorded 49.5 degrees Celsius, Queensland's highest official temperature. But Birdsville's claim to fame isn't just one hot day. In 2019, the town endured 9 consecutive days at or above 45 degrees Celsius. The famous Birdsville Hotel, with its iconic sandstone walls, has been welcoming heat-weary travelers since 1884, becoming one of Australia's most photographed pubs. The town's population of just 115 people swells to thousands during the annual Birdsville races. But this event is carefully scheduled for September when temperatures are merely extreme rather than deadly. During peak summer, the town essentially shuts down. The airstrip becomes too hot for planes to land safely, as extreme heat affects aircraft performance. Local residents have developed an almost supernatural ability to predict weather patterns just by observing wind changes and wildlife behavior. 5. Onslow, Western Australia. At number 5, we return to Western Australia to the coastal town of Onslow. What makes this location remarkable is that in January 2022, despite being right next to the ocean, Onslow reached 50.7 degrees Celsius, equaling Australia's national temperature record. This coastal location reaching such extreme heat defied expectations, as ocean proximity usually provides cooling. Hot, dry winds from the interior desert created this extraordinary temperature, making it officially tie for the hottest temperature ever recorded in the Southern Hemisphere. The town's 667 residents experienced conditions that pushed human survival to its limits. Local authorities opened emergency cooling centers, but even air conditioning systems struggled with the extreme external temperatures. Cars became undrivable as steering wheels and seat belts became too hot to touch. What made this event extraordinary was its duration. Unlike typical heat spikes lasting hours, Onslow maintained dangerous temperatures for most of the day. 4. Sahara Desert, Mauritania/Mali. Number 4 covers the vast expanse of the Sahara Desert, particularly in Mauritania and Mali. While specific recent records are difficult to verify due to the remote nature of these areas, ground temperatures here routinely exceed 72 degrees Celsius. The Sahara's northern Mali region, particularly the Azalai area, experiences some of the most extreme conditions on Earth. During summer months, this region sees average high temperatures exceeding 40 degrees Celsius for up to 7 months straight, with ground temperatures that can literally melt shoes. Traditional Tuareg nomads who traverse these areas have developed incredible survival techniques passed down through generations. The landscape is so hostile that space agencies use it to simulate Mars conditions. Vast areas receive less than 1 millimeter of rainfall per year, creating a moonscape of sand dunes and salt flats. During peak summer, the heat creates optical illusions so convincing that experienced desert travelers become disoriented by completely realistic mirages. 3. Flaming Mountains, China. The number 3 spot belongs to China's Flaming Mountains in the Turpan Basin. In 2008, NASA satellites recorded surface temperatures of 66.8 degrees Celsius, 152.2 degrees Fahrenheit. These red sandstone mountains, stretching 100 kilometers across China's Xinjiang province, get their name from their fiery appearance under the blazing sun. Located in China's lowest depression at 154 meters below sea level, the Turpan Basin acts like a giant furnace. During summer, local temperature displays show readings that can reach 80 degrees Celsius. The area is so hot that vegetation is virtually impossible, creating an otherworldly landscape of barren red rock. The mountains get their name from ancient Chinese literature. According to Journey to the West, these mountains were created when the Monkey King knocked over a furnace in heaven, with burning coals falling to earth. Modern visitors must follow strict safety protocols, with exposure limited to minutes rather than hours. 2. Furnace Creek, Death Valley, USA. At number 2, we reach the legendary Furnace Creek in Death Valley, California. This location holds the official world record for the highest air temperature ever reliably measured, 56.7 degrees Celsius or 134 degrees Fahrenheit, recorded on July 10, 1913. But that's just the beginning of Death Valley's heat credentials. In 1972, the ground temperature here reached 93.9 degrees Celsius, the highest surface temperature ever recorded on Earth. Death Valley sits 282 feet below sea level, creating a natural heat trap where hot air becomes trapped between surrounding mountain ranges. The summer of 2024 was Death Valley's hottest on record, with rangers responding to multiple heat-related fatalities. The valley's unique geography creates temperature inversions where the hottest air settles at the bottom. Park officials have recorded instances where visitors' shoes melted to hiking trails and car tires exploded from heat expansion. 1. Dashti Lut Desert, Iran. And finally, at number 1, we arrive at the undisputed champion of Earth's heat, the Dashti Lut Desert in Iran. NASA's satellites have consistently measured this location as Earth's hottest spot. In 2005, the Lut Desert recorded a surface temperature of 70.7 degrees Celsius. That's 159.3 degrees Fahrenheit. Between 2004 and 2009, this desert held the global heat record for 5 out of 6 years measured. The name Lut literally means bare and empty in Persian, and this 51,800 square kilometer wasteland lives up to its name. The combination of extreme dryness, dark volcanic rocks that absorb heat, and its location in a rain shadow creates conditions so severe that no life exists in its central regions. The desert features 3 distinct zones. The western section contains massive wind-carved rock formations called yardongs that reach 155 meters high. The central area is covered with dark volcanic rocks creating the hottest temperatures. The eastern section features sand dunes up to 475 meters tall, among the largest on Earth. What makes the Lut Desert particularly terrifying is its consistency. While other locations hit extreme temperatures occasionally, the Lut maintains deadly heat for months. The desert creates its own weather patterns, with superheated air creating dust devils visible from space. Conclusion. From Death Valley's official records to Iran's satellite-confirmed extremes, these locations push the boundaries of what's survivable on our planet. As global temperatures continue rising with 2024 officially becoming the hottest year on record, these already extreme places are becoming even more dangerous. These aren't just numbers on a thermometer. They represent the absolute limits of where human life can survive. These are Earth's furnaces, beautiful, deadly, and absolutely unforgettable. The next time you complain about a hot summer day, remember these places where the ground itself can cook food, and the air shimmers with heat waves that create mirages of impossible landscapes. What's the hottest temperature you've ever experienced? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible journeys to Earth's most extreme places.